Hello everyone and welcome. You know, spring is just around the corner and that means doing some outdoor yard work. Like most of you guys, I have a bunch of shrubs that need constant trimming. I also have some really tall hedges that I need to get up on a ladder to be able to trim properly. Now that would not be much of a concern if the ground around those hedges was flat and easy to set up a ladder. But many of my bushes are located on some very uneven areas where setting up a ladder can be rather sketchy. Now, a while back, I made a video showing how to make a regular hedge trimmer into a DIY pole hedge trimmer. The only drawback to my design is that the head of the hedge trimmer must always remain straight and cannot be bent to different angles. So after all this time struggling with my old DIY pole hedge trimmer and a sketchy ladder, I finally decided to get a proper pole hedge trimmer with an adjustable head. So today we're going to be looking at my latest tool acquisition, a 20-volt pole hedge trimmer with an adjustable head. So if you've been looking for an affordable pole hedge trimmer with an adjustable head, stick around as I unbox and test this puppy. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features that this guy has. But before we get started testing this guy, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified every time I do another product review video, DIY project, or a sale at a big box store where I can help you guys save some money. Alright, so today we're looking at the 20-volt adjustable angle pole hedge trimmer from Alloyman, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this kit retails for $109.99. So what do you get when you unbox this guy? Well, you get the head for the hedge trimmer itself, you get the pole to be able to extend it and reach out wherever you need, you get a couple of batteries, a fast charger, the owner's manual tells you everything about the unit, how to set it up, take care of it, all that kind of good stuff, and a shoulder strap to make it easier to carry if that's more convenient for you. This guy comes with a 2-year warranty, and the weight on this guy, when you have it all put together, it's only about 8 pounds, so it's not very heavy at all. Now the telescoping pole length, this guy, the shortest that you can use to pull is about 36 inches, and the longest you can extend it out to is 57 inches. Now this guy comes with two 20-volt 2-amp-hour batteries, plus it brings a fast charger. Now the runtime on these batteries from a full charge is anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, and the charger can charge them back up in about an hour. Now the head on this guy can be rotated and adjusted up to 180 degrees, and the motor on this guy can produce a maximum of 1400 SPMs or strokes per minute. This guy can cut up to 3/4 inch diameter branches, but just because it can doesn't mean that you should. It means that you can cut up to 3/4 inch diameter branch if you run into one as you're cutting and so forth, not a problem. But I would not recommend using this to cut 3/4 inch diameter branches all the time because first of all, it'll dull your blade. Second of all, you could bend your blade and therefore ruin your unit. So this is mostly meant for trimming shrubbery and so forth, normal branches up to a maximum of 3/4 inches. So these pole hedge trimmers are really great for doing any type of shrub or hedge trimming without having to get up on a ladder. Reach the top of the hedge or shrub and trim it flat by simply adjusting the head on the unit instead of having to get up on a ladder in a dangerous situation just to trim off the top of the hedges. So we're going to go outside and see how this guy performs in a minute, but let's take a little closer look at the unit and see everything it can do. Alright guys, let's take a little closer look at this guy and see all the different features that it has, and then we'll go outside and use it and see how it performs. So we're looking first of all at the head of the unit right here. And this is, the head is detachable. You can detach it to put it away if it's convenient for you, or you can put it all the way together. There you have the blades on it. There you see what the blades look like. And that shows you right there, let me put my finger right through there. I'll show you, you can use that for cutting 3/4 inches like I said, but I would suggest not doing it on a regular basis because you can bend these guys. You can lose the sharpness, you can dull them, you can mess them up. Why bother doing that? Use it for basic shrubbery trimming, you'll be just fine, it'll last you a good long time. And there's the head, like I said. To adjust the head to different angles, all you have to do is push these buttons right here. It has one on each side. And what you do is you press the two sides together. And then this handle right here is adjustable. And it shows you right here they decided to put a display on the side there. I don't know if it'll show up on camera. But it shows right there the different angles that you can do. And you can go anywhere from 45 up to 90 degrees down. Let's say 180 degrees roughly. So most of the time, most people are going to use it probably straight like this. But then again, if you want to get to the top of the hedge, you're going to want to rotate it. You can go all the way to 90 degrees like that. So that way you can reach the top of a hedge without any trouble whatsoever, and that's what makes these guys very convenient. You can swing it across like that while you're down below and trim the top of the hedge, and you don't even have to get up on a ladder. So that's a very convenient feature. Now, you can go anywhere in between. It has little detents, as you can hear, and it'll lock anywhere. And that is the highest that it goes. It goes 45 when you're pointing it upward like that. So if you're up above and you need to have it down below you and trim something that's beneath you, there you go. You can do that way. And the pole, obviously, it's up here, so you're up above the unit if you're trimming something down below. I don't know how many people are going to do that. Most of the time, I think you're going to do the same thing I am, either straight on or up above you. That seems to be the most common feature. So most of the time, you're probably going to use it like this. So let's see. Let's take a look at the pole, and you can see what the pole can do. Flatten that guy out there so you can see that guy back there. Now, the pole itself is pretty big. I won't be able to have it in frame the entire length of it, but let's take a look at different parts of it. This is the handle part back here, and the trigger switch is quite big, so you can grip it with your entire hand if you want to do that. And the safety switch is right up here. You have to hit the safety switch first, or it won't work. So you see right there, it won't work. Now when I hit that, now you see it does work. And the battery goes back here because this guy is battery operated, and it's very convenient that they use Makita batteries. So if you have Makita batteries already, you got plenty of batteries for this guy, but it does come with 2 batteries. And there you can see right there, you just slip it into there, and that is your battery right there when you are using it. Hooks up to the bottom of it, and that's it. You're good to go. Now, this guy also has a convenient feature where you can rotate the handle, and that's what this guy is for right here. What you do is, you can rotate the handle like that manually, but if you need to do it and you want to rotate just back here and not the rest of it, you click that little guy, and there you go. You rotate the handle while the rest of it stays steady. So if that's convenient for you, and then you let go and lock it, and it'll lock in different positions. It has, again, detents where you can lock it wherever it's convenient for you. There you go. So that way you can turn it or do whatever you want, and it gives you the flexibility of using it any way you like. Has a nice little foam insert right there to make it easier for you to grip. And as far as the 2 sections over here, this part, you pull this out to release it, so this part will telescope out. And there you go. That's how that guy goes, and you telescope it out through there. Now this guy over here does not telescope, but you release it so you can put the head on it. And then what you do is you insert the head. And that guy just snaps into place right there, and you close it up, and then you can adjust it out whatever you want. I'm kind of out of room here, but you'll see outside when I'm using it, this guy does telescope in and out. Let me show you this way, where you can telescope this guy up and down, and that way you have much more adjustability, and you just lock it in place, and you're good to go. And then you just go ahead and use the unit. So let's go outside and trim some shrubbery and see how this guy performs. All right, guys, so here we are outdoors, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of trimming in a couple of different ways, and that way you can see how to best utilize this machine. So this is basically a creeping fig hedge that I have here, and it's basically creeping on a fence. And this fence is pretty tall, as I'll show you in a moment, but you can see that if you're using it as a regular hedge trimmer, with the pole you can reach a whole lot further, and you don't need to be right on top of the unit as you're holding it and moving around and so forth. Sometimes it may be convenient for you to reach further, and this pole helps you to do that, even if you're just trimming the front of the hedge itself. So you can see right here, it works out very nicely. Now let's move on to the top, and we'll see how that performs. All right, so here you can see I'm trimming the top of this hedge as well. Again, the creeping fig again. And this is creeped up on top of a fence, and it has been extended quite a ways up. So this fence is about 12 feet tall. I'm 6 foot tall, so this is 6 feet above my head. Most of the time I need to get on a ladder to be able to trim this guy. With this, I don't need to do that. You see the pole fully extended there, reaching 6 feet above my head, trimming the top of a 12-foot hedge. 12 foot, 12 and a half approximately. So there you go. It makes it very easy. I'm just standing on the ground. I don't need to get on top of a ladder and get up really, really high. So most of the time I need to get to the top of the ladder to be able to reach this comfortably with a regular hedge trimmer. With this, I don't need to bother with it. Now here I'll show you a different hedge that I have in a different fence. This one is not as bad. This one's a lot easier to get to and much fuller because this gets a lot of the southern exposure. It gets a lot more sun. This one you can see is much more full, much more attractive, and it gives you an idea what this hedge trimmer can do as you're trimming a nice full hedge, because the other one was a little bit not so full. So then this one is the opposite of the other one. It's not as tall. This fence, as you can see right here, has only extended a little bit above the fence. This is a 6-foot fence, and the creeping fig has built itself up about 2 feet above it. So I'm standing underground, and basically this is only about 2 feet above me, but most of the time I would need to get on a step stool or a ladder to be able to reach up a couple of feet above me. So with this, again, I'm just standing on the ground, level ground, and I don't need to do anything. An 8-foot hedge, I can reach up very conveniently and take care of it without a problem. So whether a 12-foot like the first one or an 8-foot like this one makes it very easy to reach. I don't have to get on the ladder or any kind of precarious situation to get the job done. Alright guys, there you have it. A review and demonstration of a 20-volt adjustable pole hedge trimmer from Alloyman. I think this is a great addition to my yard tool arsenal. Instead of having to get on top of a ladder and put myself in a dangerous situation to take care of my shrubbery, now I don't have to. You saw in the video how I could easily reach an 8-foot and a 12-foot hedge while standing comfortably and safely at ground level. Those were only a couple of examples that were easy to film, but trust me when I tell you, I have some other hedges that are really precarious to work on when using normal hedge trimmers. With this hedge trimmer, that should make those jobs that much easier. So if you've been looking for an adjustable pole hedge trimmer, this is one that you may want to take a look at. Questions, comments, put them down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.